Well, hello finally, everyone. I've been having issues today with this reading, so it's taken me a little bit longer to get through it. Today I used, let me grab the book, the Native Heart Healing Aura. And I used it specifically because it's a bigger book. I figured I wouldn't have any problem reading what the cards meant. But that left eye is just kind of like, yeah, we don't really want to read today. So I was having to use a magnifying glass besides using the readers, and still was having issues. So I guess it's a good thing my consultation is a week from tomorrow, because the holistic healing of the eyes, the homeopathic, is just not working anymore. So if you're new to the channel, I welcome you. And if you like what you see here and you want to be notified of when new videos come out, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you like what you see, share it with your friends. The more people we can reach with the light and with spirit and love, the better. If you're a returning visitor, I thank you for subscribing, and I hope you do enjoy the videos. And I also kind of would like to bring up, there's some new things in the description that will be popping up in the video. I am doing a talk on the Women's Spirit Collective, so I'll be sending that out to my email subscribers. But I'm also going to put the things on Facebook because they gave us stuff to use to promote it. I'm not sure if I can actually put the link here in YouTube. But my talk is, because the whole group, it starts on the 21st, and I think it goes until November 7th or November 6th or 7th or something like that. And all the talks are 20 minutes long, and they're all inside the Women's Spirit Collective on Facebook. And it's called the Women's Spirit Festival. And we all do 20-minute live talks. And my particular talk this year, or this time, is going to be about the medicine wheel, but it's going to be specifically geared toward women and knowing where they stand or sit in the wheel, and an invocation, some meditation kind of stuff to do. So basically, I'm putting the link to the freebie that I will be giving away during that in. Right now, there's a form in there that you can click if you're interested, and I'll get the notice that you're interested in it. So as soon as I'm finished with it, it's almost done, but not quite. Still tweaking a few things. So if you're interested in receiving that freebie that I will be giving away to the Women's Spirit Collective during my talk on the 24th, please fill out, there's a clickable link, and just fill it out. And as soon as I get it finished, I will send it to you. Now, again, by asking for it, it will add you to the email list so that I can let you know of other things that I will be doing, other programs that I'm developing, and things I'm working on. And I also put a link in the description to my calendar. So I think it's the same link, I think, is what it did. There's supposed to be like a 15-minute free consultation to see if we're a good fit for working together with your healing and stuff that you have issues with or want to talk about. But then there's also a link to book. If you know you actually want a session, there's a link also for the calendar to book a half-hour healing session. So I wanted to get that out of the way first before we go into today's reading. And so those of you that are new here, I'm Reverend Dr. Elena Skyhawk, Doctor of Metaphysical Sciences, and shaman, author, spiritual teacher, minister, hence the Reverend. So anyway, and this channel is all about metaphysics and shamanism and dreams and stuff like that. Well, dreams fall under metaphysics, but every week I do a reading for the collective, and I pick different card decks. Like I said, this week I had picked the one that I thought I could read easily, but that left eye just is getting worse instead of better. But this week I asked, what does the collective need to heal? How to integrate it? Or better yet, Spirit, what do you want them to focus on? And when I asked that question, I got a jumper card, and we'll go into that at the end. So there's 3 cards in the regular reading, and then the jumper card when I ask, what did Spirit want everybody to be aware of and to focus on for this coming week? So today is the 12th, and the reading will go through the 18th before we tap in to find out what's next. So the first card is the base or root chakra. And with it, it has keywords of primal force, fertility, and abundance. So the mandala, the message from the card itself, is deep within the red dirt of our Mother Earth lies the roots of our guardian trees, the ancestors of the land. The base or the root chakra mandala brings you grounding energy from the depths of the night sky. You were born via a divine spark from the distant constellation you call home. This mandala reminds you of the importance of grounding your etheric self deep within the earth, and you now, or the earth that you now call home. The tall ones, meaning the trees, are guiding you to remember that a tree without deep roots will not flourish, as it will not, because if it doesn't have roots, it's in survival mode, not thriving mode. So it won't flourish. The same is true for everyone. The energy of surviving no longer serves you as you anchor deeper and embrace your physical foundation. You will find joy in welcoming the thriving energy that comes from being grounded. The deeper the roots, the higher the climb, the greater the view. Surrender to the gift of your human self. And Spirit's been talking a lot over the last few weeks about really making sure we're grounded, because there is so much chaos going on in this world right now. As Mother Earth shifts, as souls are starting to wake up and they're realizing what the heck is going on, and how and what can we do to help. Well, that's what the Pillars of Light group is all about. And there is a link if you're interested in that. We meet twice a month. And as the group found out this last Tuesday, I'm going to start shifting some of the responsibility over to some of the other group members so that they bring in the ideas and the teachings that they know. One is going to be talking about sound healing and what she does and how she does it, and teach us about that. Another one is bringing in the grandmother's wisdom. She's read all 4 of the books. I've only read one of them so far. So I asked her to bring the teachings in because she has been studying them constantly since I introduced them to it. And then the other members of the group, as we get through the next few weeks, each one will be taking one of those days because it does matter. You know, there's so many people that keep asking, what can I do to help? What? Well, we tell people what they can do and how they can help, but then they don't follow through. So it doesn't do you any good. And that's why every day or every time I do these readings, I ask Spirit, what do the people need to know? What do they need to heal? What needs to be integrated? Because if you don't take action, if you ask how you can help and you're told how you can help, and then you still don't do anything, that's not really much help to the people that need it. And the light workers of this world need all the help we can get so that we can eliminate the darkness. So if you do want to help and you're ready to do the follow through, then please join us, because I've been doing this for years and years and years without help. Now I finally have a group of women, grandmothers, that are helping, but we still could use more help. And I do this free of charge. I do it for Mother Earth, in service to Mahayana. And we really could use some more help. We are the ones who are holding the light. We have other ones down here that are garbage collectors, and so they're cleaning up the darkness that we're holding the light to. So if you want to join us, please reach out on that Pillar of Light link and let me know so that we can get you in the group, and then that you can help start adding to the collective of light around the planet. Okay, so much for that little soapbox thing. Our second card was the Stargate of Orion. Kind of cool card. And that says freedom of expression, emotional intelligence, and like-minded connections. And that's what we're always looking for, because like attracts like. So the more positive you put out into the world, the more positive you're going to see back in your world. So you put out 2 times, 3 times, you get it back 10, 15 times greater than what you put out. So this mandala has come to remind you of the stardust that creates your very being. The Stargate within this mandala is a direct entry point to travel within the Orion constellation. See, I can't even see it with my glasses on. Surrounding the Stargate are symbols that send forth light codes to further awaken your crystalline being. This card indicates that you are an advanced initiate on your path. And so by advanced, this mandala simply suggests that your physical soul has become more of a light body. You may utilize this mandala to contact the Orion constellation through meditation. There are beings there who are ready and willing to assist you in your evolution. Should you choose to make this journey, who knows what it says, because I missed something here. I erased something. Let's see. Well, finally, this mandala asks you to connect with the water elements also, both physically and energetically. Connect physically by swimming in natural water sources and increasing your pure water intake on an energetic level. There is much for you to master with the water element and elemental, so take the time to connect through meditation. That part that's missing, I will look it up and I will put it in the notes so that you know what the rest of it said, because for some reason, as I was talking, it just put a question mark there. So apparently it didn't understand what I was saying. So we will find out what that is, and I will put it in the notes. So that is the Stargate of Orion. The third card was the Record Keeper. Pull it back a little bit so you can see it. Kind of looks like a Christmas tree from where I'm sitting. Excuse me. So, the Record Keeper talks about your divine path, shared learning, and the wisdom of an elder. This mandala, oh no, don't disappear on me, holds the energy of the great halls of wisdom and bring forth divine guidance of the ancient ways. The great halls of wisdom contain all that we are and have been. It is a library of divine wisdom, that just as each soul continues to grow, it is ever evolving. The great halls also contain divine blueprints of one's Akashic records beyond the earthly plane. The Record Keeper also contains ancient ways that can unlock sacred teachings from advanced civilizations that inhabit alternative planes of existence. To access information from the great halls of wisdom, one must listen with an open heart and with no expectations, for there is a consciousness held within, and only those that seek with pure intention will gain entry. You are being called to bring higher ways of being into your present life for the greater good. This mandala seeks to unite each person one at a time to increase awareness and expansion by harmoniously blending ancient ways. Within modern times, it is time for you to be aware of the birth of a melodic sound vibration that will sing to the song lines across the globe. So again, it's talking about reaching out, that connectedness of others, like attracts like, talking where each person, one at a time, needs to increase their awareness of who they are, what they are, because we are not our egos. We are spirit, having a human experience and learning and teaching as we go along for our own soul growth, but also for the growth of those around us and the growth and awareness of Earth herself. Now, the jumper card, that one was awesome because it talks about stillness. Kind of a little cool little lily pad with a frog on it. Took me a while to figure out it was a frog. So the stillness, and this is the card where I had specifically asked Spirit what we need to implement right now in order to get through this next week. And it was the stillness card that came out. So what does it mean? Calm amidst the chaos. Exactly what we need to stay calm, to stay centered, to stay grounded. Hence, again, the root chakra. See how these all come together? I think it's so cool that they do this, how they make it work together. Repercussion is also one of the key words for this card. and replenish your stores. So it could be physical, like you need to replenish the food in your pantry, you need to replenish the energy in your body. However you think about replenishing your stores, what that means to you, that's what it means. So this mandala symbolizes rest and rejuvenation. And it asks you to give yourself permission to come up for air. At any given moment, you can access the calm, the quiet, and the sweetness that lies within you. Even if amidst what can feel like a constant overflow of intensity and overstimulation, which there's a lot of that going on right now, there is a place of rest and rejuvenation within. This is your place, going within. We're sitting in the West right now on the wheel of life, the medicine wheel. The fall sits in the West, which is always going within, the looks within place. The frog, see, that's how I figured out that that was a frog, because I couldn't tell by looking at the picture what the heck it was. So the frog may choose to be carried away by fast-moving waters, knowing it will arrive safely at its next destination. Sometimes this fast pace is perfect. However, when it hears its body's needs to be still, it can rest upon the lily pads, watching and allowing the rapid waters to rush by, knowing that this too shall pass. This mandala also presents when one feels they are out of their depth, running out of stamina, or not knowing if they will sink or swim. The answer to your heart's question is simple. Your destination is a given. However, it is more imperative for you to sit in stillness, especially now. Find some quiet and slow down your mind. If you wish to win the race, take this interval to gather and rebuild your strength. You will be moving forward towards your heart's goals and desires soon enough. There is a difference between running on adrenaline and running on energy. Be still for now. Replenish your reserves, and all will be revealed in divine time. I just love how these cards all come together. So once again, the cards for this week of the 12th through the 18th are the root chakra, the Stargate of Orion, the record keepers, and stillness. Because a busy mind also, if it's so busy, it can't hear spirit. If the ego keeps going, trust me, I know this because my mind does this all the time. And all I hear is, so when spirit talks, can I hear them? No. Or it might briefly pop in, but then the mind just, and so it, gone. And it's like, wow, I heard something that was profound. I really need to figure out what that was, but I can't remember. But if it's important, spirit will bring it back in a different way to really get you to pay attention and to listen But if you don't slow down, kind of like that old saying, slow down, smell the roses. My mom used to say that all the time. If you're running all the time, or even hiding all the time, you don't get the joy of nature. You don't get the smell of the roses. You don't get the stillness. I mean, sometimes it's just great to go out in nature and watch the butterflies. It's very calming, let me tell you. Or you can go out in nature and watch some cheeky little squirrel steal your apples. Either way, it works for me. But if you don't slow down and sit in the stillness, this kind of reminds me of the Eye of the Storm card that came out a few weeks ago, that we needed to enter the eye, or that we had entered the eye of the storm, or it was good to enter the eye of the storm. Because in the eye of the storm, again, you find the stillness. You find the quiet where you can sit and connect with spirit and meditate and ask, how can I be of service? How can I bring more love and more light onto the planet? Not what's in it for me. It's how can I help? How can I serve without expectation of getting anything in return? If you do, that's great. But don't do it for the sole purpose of acknowledgement, accolades, or anything else. Yes, it's great to be thanked every once in a while for the work we do, but you don't come at it with that attitude of I'm doing it because I want somebody to say thank you, you're doing a great job. That's the ego talking. So sit in the stillness, be quiet, get out of that rushing water, dry off a little bit in the sun, and soak up the energy of the trees, the stone people, even the animals that might want to come around and visit, and connect with nature and stay very grounded in reality. Not in myths, not in made-up stories, not in lies. Stay grounded in reality. And that's one thing, spirit never lies. You might not like what they have to say, but they never lie. And if you're open to receiving, they will show you the path. On that note, remember, my friends, always walk in beauty, walk the sacred path of beauty. And if you don't know what that is, it starts with a big L, followed by an O, a V, and an E. That is always how to walk the path of beauty in love. So that's it for this week's reading. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, a great week ahead of you, and I will see you next Sunday for a next message from Spirit. Bye for now, guys.